Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil and welcome to the third special video for the channel, guys. As I said, I'll be doing it either this week or next week, and looks like I am doing it this week. If you guys are interested, you can go check out my Mickey 17 review as well as my first two special videos I've done. The first one was predicting the future of the MCU, and the second one was a Stargate SG-1 video where I did a review of the show after I finished watching it and also ranking the main characters. Now, in this video, as the title suggests, I'm going to be ranking all 20 theme parks, water parks, and amusement parks I've been to. It's not 20 each, so there's not 60, but altogether there's about 20, I would say. Now, before we get started, I do want to mention a few things very quickly. First of all, my favorite types of rides are motion simulators. So, if you're wondering why certain parks are low or some parks are even on this list, it's because I prefer more theme, more immersion than full-on thrill-seeking type of rides and attractions compared to other people. Yeah, I'm different like that. Let's just say that. And secondly, if there's certain IP in parks that I just have so much of like love for and nostalgia for, it's definitely gonna be boosted up. And third and finally, the more amount of rides I've done, the higher chance and greater chance it is gonna be high up on the list. So there's that. Anyway, without any more time wasting, let's jump right into this ranking. Starting off with at number 20, we have Luna Park, which is located here in Sydney, which is the closest park to actually where I'm from. This park is not really for me. If you love amusement parks, great, go for it. That's awesome. But for me, I've just never really been interested in the traditional amusement park, which is why Six Flags, Kings Island, Kings Dominion, Cedar Point, all that stuff, they don't appeal to me, unfortunately. Now, if you have thrill rides, like I just said, go for it, yeah. But nah, Luna Park, they can add all the rides in the world unless they do something based on a certain IP or rebrand it and call it something else. Then I might go. But for now, I've no interest in going into it. If I'm going to be honest with you, I went, I think, once or twice, like a decade ago or so. But yeah, I mean, unless someone actually wants to go with me, I'll go. But otherwise, I'll probably pass. I know Luna Park may hold a special place in a lot of people's hearts. I know it's probably like a hangout place for a lot of young people. I mean, I'm still kind of young, but younger than me. But overall, I've just never really been drawn to Luna Park, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Alright, number 19 is Legoland Malaysia. And even though I'm born in Malaysia, even though my family's from Malaysia, I mean like grandmas and grandpas and cousins, I did not like my parents. But even though I go back Malaysian every so often, in fact this year I'll be going back there, I would say, I've only been to Legoland in Malaysia once. And that was like over a decade ago, early in 2013. And honestly, it was okay. My favorite part of the park was the Lego versions of famous monuments and landmarks around the world. Hell, they even had an Albert Einstein like giant head as well. That was insane. And it was all made out of Lego. The rides there are fine. I wasn't crazy about them and all that. I think I remember one, it was like a 4D show. Aside from that, I don't really have any full-on crazy opinions for Legoland Malaysians. So I'm just gonna say that it's okay. It's not really for me. I mean, I was 12 at the time, so I wasn't that old, but I also wasn't that young, I was kind of in that in-between age, I would say. Alright, number 18 is Dream World. And Dream World is one of 5 parks located in Gold Coast in Queensland. And I gotta say right now, Dream World, like Luna Park, is just not for me. It's such a confusing park. I'm not even joking. They have thrill rides, they have IP, and it's so weird the IP that they go for. Well, not weird. It's just a mishmash of things over the years, and then it kind of feels like a zoo, like Animal Kingdom in the States, Disney's Animal Kingdom, I would say. Like, it's so crazy. I don't understand Dream World. Also, they have had so many incidents, whatever you want to call it, over the years. Like, I feel like I've heard people die, I would say, on some rides. Yeah. I did go on one of the thrill rides, but it was like ages ago. I was like 8 or 9 or something, maybe even 10. But yeah, Dream World, no real reason for me to go back there. And that's why some of these parks aren't that high. Like these bottom 3 parks, like I'm okay with not going back there at all. So yeah, Dream World, however, is better than these two because it does have some diversity and variety in terms of rides and attractions. And for that, I'll give it points for that. Alright, now we go into the water parks. And all four of the water parks I've been to are back to back because honestly, they're just so similar with each other. So, number 17 is SeaWorld Australia. This is my favorite, or should I say, this is my least favorite water park. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Also, Wet and Wild Sydney is not on this list because they changed the name to Raging Waters. Oh yeah, and Jamboree is also not on this list as well. Anyway, SeaWorld Australia, it's fine. The shows aren't crazy. I think I went on one of the thrill rides. It was like a log flume type of ride. Yeah, I was like 11. I still remember that for it. I was not really feeling it at all. I was pretty damn scared. But anyway, it's fine as a park. If you love water parks and are here on vacation in Australia, I would recommend it, but there's a better water park, and we'll get into it when we get to it soon, actually. In fact, right after this, number 15 is that park. But for now, we'll talk about number 16, which number 16 is SeaWorld San Diego. So much better than SeaWorld here in Australia. Like, the shows are better, the ride lineup is better, there are more interesting types of rides. I feel like the States is always going to be better with, you know, theme parks and water parks in general. However, there is one Aussie park that does hold a really special place in my heart, I feel like. And we'll get to it when we get to it. But anyway, SeaWorld San Diego, this is a park that I didn't even think we'd actually end up going when we were on vacation. My dad's like, you know what, let's just go and check it out. See how a SeaWorld is here. And honestly, it wasn't that bad, but I probably would not go back to it. However, if someone said you want to go to SeaWorld San Diego and I'm on vacation there, I was like, oh yeah, sure. I mean, not like a stranger, but if I was with someone, I would say. Alright, number 15 is Wet and Wild Gold Coast. And this is my favorite water park here in Australia. It's a good park. I do really like it. And I'm actually surprised how many of the big thrill rides actually went on. Like, there's one ride that goes completely in darkness. And I gotta be honest with you, before I went on that ride, I was a little bit worried and nervous. But then, while I was on it, I was having the time of my life. I can't lie. That ride was awesome. I really enjoyed that ride. That might be one of my favorite true water slide with things, whatever you want to call it ever, that I've been on. Yeah, overall it's a really good park. However, the lines are insane. Like, my word, the lines are long. Like, you really have to wait a while, and it doesn't help that they added new rides as well. Yeah, overall, Wet n Wild Gold Coast, it's a good park. I do really like it. And if I'm in Queensland again, I wouldn't mind going back there, as well as the other theme park that we'll get to when we get to it. I think you know what it is if you live here in Australia. But Wet n Wild Gold Coast, it's good. However, my favorite water park is number 14. And number 14 is Aquaventure. Yes, if you've not been to Aquaventure in Dubai, what are you doing? Stop what you're doing. Go online, book a trip now, take a flight, and yeah, experience it for yourself, guys. I'm telling you right now, Aquaventure, located in, or should I say, on Atlantis, which that is such a scenic, beautiful place, I would say. A lot of rich people I know would go there for vacation. But anyway, the water park itself, Aquaventure, is the best water park I've been to in the entire world. I mean, there's only 4, as you can probably tell. I know Volcano Bay exists, but after this, and even Wet n Wild Gold Coast, I feel like I'm done with water parks. I don't want to go to any other water park unless it actually really feels interesting. Like, there is a water theme park based around, I think, Sony Pictures, like rides and stuff, and it's located somewhere in Southeast Asia, I believe. And it's so interesting that they have a park like that in Southeast Asia. That's wild, guys. But anyway, Aquaventure, just look at the picture I'm showing right now on screen. It's nuts. Like, I mean, yes, it's a picture, but that's pretty much kind of how it looks like in real life, guys. Like, it's insane. Like, it has some of the best looking, like, theming going around ever. And the best part is, and the crazy part is that there's no real theme. It's just based around, like, I guess, mythology and stuff like that, Greek mythology and all that. I mean, it's called Atlantis for a reason, but seriously though, it's crazy. They have this big, like, temple looking building where there's a few rides and all that. There's one ride that I went on, which, by the way, if you've seen the pictures, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like, you actually are moving past, you know, like a fishes, and it's like a fish tank and stuff like that. That is by far possibly the greatest water ride I've ever been on, even though there were some drops in darkness that I could not see, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh my god, there's too many drops. Stop with the drops. I'm dropping too much. Yeah. Anyway, Aquaventure is awesome. It's a great park. I highly recommend it. There were some crazy drops on the rides that I went on that I was like, now that I think about it, I don't know how I did that, but I actually did that. But because I was with people I knew and even some strangers as well, it was more fun. Anyway, this is an awesome park. I highly recommend you guys go there. It's expensive. It's in Dubai, but Aquaventure is phenomenal. All right, now we go into the US theme parks. And unfortunately, number 13 is Epcot, which, yes, is unfortunately, as of right now, my least favorite US theme park. Why? Because it's simple. It was kind of boring. For a theme park that has Disney IP, Disney out of all things, a company people know and love, you know, how does this happen? Tell me. This park is pretty much based around countries of the world, and then the front part of the park, at least the first 25% of the park, it feels, or 20, at least 25% of the park, I would say, is just based on like different types of Disney IP. Yeah, they have a Guardians ride there. Now I don't know if I'll go in it because I think it's a coaster. I don't know, but anyway, this park, it's still fine, but man, like, it feels kind of lackluster compared to other theme parks in the States that I've been to. Like, I don't understand what they were thinking with this park. I understand though the idea of traveling around the world in a theme park. That's really cool. I really like and respect. But the rides there and everything else, it doesn't scream Disney. It feels like just a theme park that exists, that just happens to have Disney IP as well. I get it if you like Epcot, but for me, I feel like this is one for like the older crowd. Honestly, like, I think my parents liked it more because there was the food and wine festival going on at the time, and they were trying all the different drinks in the different countries and all that. But there were some solid rides. But honestly, Epcot, yeah, out of the four not Magic Kingdom, sorry, out of the four Disney World parks, this is my least favorite, and I really don't have a big desire to really go back there, I would say. All right, number 12, same thing with Epcot. No real big desire to go back there. However, I did not go on one ride that I thought was like a crazy thrill ride. And then my brother's like, oh, you should have gone. Anyway, number 12 is Animal Kingdom. This park feels more like a zoo than anything. It just also happens to have some rides there. The Lion King show was cool. I liked the dinosaur ride, even though apparently that's going. Rest in peace to Dinosaur, by the way. And I think I did do one of the, there was this coaster that is like outdoors and stuff. It's like the Goofy coaster, I believe. I don't know. Anyway, I did not do Kali River Rapids. I did not do Expedition Everest. However, I did do the Kilimanjaro Safari. I believe that's what it's called. That is my favorite thing in that entire park. Forget everything I said about it being a zoo. I love that. But again, it still feels weird. If that was an entire attraction, entire park by itself, it would be amazing, because it's, up close, personal with animals basically, even though they're so far away, obviously, for safety reasons. But I got to see my favorite animal in the world, which is a lion, and yeah. But again, if that park feels more like a zoo than anything else, be honest with me, right? Okay? Do you honestly think that Disney would be, smart enough to make a theme park and have a zoo in there where they know that people will be more interested in like the other attractions, but at the same time, like, they still want to make it. They still want to make this safari because they want to bring people closer to animals. Like, I don't understand why Disney would again do this. I'm not trying to, shit on Disney, hate on Disney and all that. I love Disney, don't get me wrong, but it's like Epcot. I don't understand. The concept is there, but like a theme park where half of it feels like a zoo and the other part feels like a traditional theme park. I don't know why. I'm not the biggest fan of it. However, Pandora, that area looks awesome. I did not do any of the rides there, sadly, but still, I do want to go back to Animal Kingdom just to check out the Avatar ride, that big ride that everyone loves, I think it's called Flights of Passage, I believe. But aside from that, I'm not crazy in Animal Kingdom, just like Epcot. Sorry if I'm rambling on. You guys are probably noticed me do that before. All right, number 11, Ferrari World. Yeah, this park is located in Abu Dhabi, and yes, as you can probably tell, I've been to some parks in the UAE because we went there not that long ago, actually, like a little over a year ago, coming to a year and a half actually. But Ferrari World actually surprised me. I enjoyed this park more than I thought I would, but it's still not like the greatest park ever. Again, if you have your thrill rides, go for it. The world's fastest coasters there. My brother went on it with my dad. Like, they can handle those crazy rides. I can't. I did do that one outdoor coaster, which at first glance I was like, oh, this looks intense. And then I did was like, it's actually not too bad. My mom was not feeling it at all. She's more of a chicken than I am, but I don't blame her. But anyway, Ferrari World was actually a solid park. However, I'm not the biggest car guy. I don't really care much about Ferrari. I know there's a Ferrari movie that exists, but I've not seen it yet. But anyway, the park itself is good. Would I go back there again? Probably not, but if you've not been to Ferrari World, I would recommend it because, again, the world's fastest roller coaster is there. And this park, because of where it is located, like other UAE parks, has an indoor and outdoor area. So there we go. In fact, majority of it, I would say, is all entirely indoors. So that's great because, it's located in the UAE. So yeah, and the weather there is absolutely terrible. It's just burning. All right, now we get into the top 10, and we've not entered the part of the ranking where I would say every single one of these parks I would want to go back to ASAP. But we've entered the part of the ranking where I would say 10 to 6 at least. I'm okay with going back there, but I'm not like in a rush, so they don't hold this the biggest special place and soft spot in my heart. But I still do enjoy these parks. Anyway, number 10 is Disney's Hollywood Studios. Just otherwise known as Hollywood Studios, I would say. If not, I should have said Disney's Animal Kingdom, but you guys get the point. Anyway, this is my second favorite out of the 4 Disney World parks located in Orlando, and it's good, but I don't remember much. I remember the stunt show, I remember Star Tours, and I think that's it. I did not do the famous Tower of Terror ride. I think that's what's called, right? Yeah. I believe Galaxy's Edge is there now. I don't want to get that wrong and mixed up. But anyway, this park is good, but it's been like this year, September, October, a whole 8 years since I went there. And I don't really remember much. Same as the other Disney World parks. We went to US twice. 2017, it was like the Florida Orlando parks. 2019, it was like the LA parks, basically. Yeah. But anyway, Hollywood Studios, it's a good park. I did enjoy it. There was some nice rides there, but I don't really remember much. But I would rather go back to this park than Animal Kingdom and Epcot, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. And you guys already know why. I already mentioned it before. Alright, number 9 is Universal Studios Florida. Yes, we finally entered the place of the ranking, the area where I can now talk about the Universal parks. And this is my least favorite. I mean, after going to Hollywood, it feels like now, if I want to go back to this park at some point in the future, it would just feel like the same. It's like a wannabe version of, Hollywood, I would say. The Universal Studios Hollywood Park. But I like this park. I mean, this was the first traditional Universal park I've been to. In the States, I would say. I've been to another Universal park. But anyway, this park is good. I like it. However, I think we went to Islands of Adventure first, so there's that. But I still like this park. There's some classic rides. Some rides I think have closed down. But if I do want to go back there again, there has to be a legitimate reason as to me why I would. But for now, in the next 5 years, would I go back there? Probably not. 10 years, maybe. But still, regardless, they need to add some like Nintendo World rides and stuff like that. I don't know. It to make it more fun. I still like the park though. It's still a good park. It's definitely not my favorite though. It's my least favorite Universal park, unfortunately. Alright, number 8 is Universal Studios Singapore. Good park. Definitely a good park. It's big. There's some unique themed lands. Like there was a Shrek land. I don't know if it's still there. Madagascar land. Don't know if it's still there. Now they have, Minions and I think Secret Ever Pets. I also believe Nintendo World's coming there. However, no Harry Potter, which is unfortunate because they have it in Beijing and in Japan, but not, I believe in Japan, right? Yeah, but not in Singapore. Why? This park is close to Malaysia, and if I want to see like a Harry Potter theme one, I just have to, either take like an hour flight or like a 3 hour to 4 hour drive to Singapore and just go there and see it. Yeah, but I think this is a good park. I do prefer it over Florida for a simple fact that this was the first actual Universal Park in the entire world I went to. Not in the States, in the entire world. Yeah, I mean, it's in Asia, it's close to where I'm from, Malaysia, I would say. But it's a good park. I remember it rained that day. I don't know if we still have the umbrella. Also, my grandma was there. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting all personal, but it's fun to talk about stuff like this, I would say. And yeah, just looking back on some memories. But I still enjoyed this park, and some of the rides that were cool. I think my brother went on the mummy ride, and he was like so young, so yeah, that was kind of funny. But anyway, I enjoyed this park, and would I go back there? Maybe, but they need to add Harry Potter. I don't understand why this park does not have Harry Potter. All right, number 7. You guys are probably gonna hate me for this. Magic Kingdom. Now, hold your horses. There's a reason why. I don't think I did any of the big crazy rides. I think this park is home to the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I did not do that, but I do want to give this park another chance. It's been such a long time. Like I said, 2017 we went there. So yeah, but this is my favorite. I mean, it's a Disney Castle Park. It's of course got so much, no pun intended, magic, I would say, in the park. But I still enjoyed it. The Pirates ride, however, is not nearly as good as the one in California. But yeah, I enjoyed Magic Kingdom. It's a good park, and yeah, I do want to give this park a chance. And I don't know what are the new rides they've added, because it's like whenever they announce rides, it's always hard to remember which park they're gonna add rides to. Like, is Villain Land coming here or in California? I think it's in the California parks. Speaking of California, number 6 is Disney's California Adventure. Yes, out of the 3 main parks we went in California, that does not include SeaWorld San Diego, because San Diego is in California, right? Yeah, I don't want to get that wrong. Anyway, Disney's California Adventure is number 6 on this list, and yes, this is a really good park. It's home to not one, but 2 of my favorite rides ever. Well, not my favorite rides ever, but 2 of some of my favorite rides ever. Radiator Springs Races and Soaring. I'm a fan of those rides. I don't care. Cars, I grew up on that first movie, and maybe even the second, I would say. But especially that first movie, I have so much nostalgia for. And Soaring never gets old. I'm a sucker for that flying theater type of riding concept. Yeah. But it's a good park. I enjoyed it. And Avengers Campus is there. I honestly do not care what anyone says. I do want to see that Spider-Man ride in action. I don't care if it's gotten bad reviews and hate and backlash. I still do want to see it in action, in real life. But yeah, I am a fan of California Adventure. What can I say? The California parks they're built different, Alright, now the top 5. Number 5 is Warner Brothers Movie World, which is basically, as the slogan says, Hollywood on the Gold Coast. Yes, this is my favorite park here in Australia. It is awesome. The Scooby-Doo ride, it means so much to me, because the first time I went on it, I was scared. The second time, I wasn't as scared. And then the third time, I think I gotten used to it. And yeah, this park is the most nostalgic park in the entire world for me. It's my Disneyland. It's my Cedar Point. It's my Six Flags. It's my whatever you want to call it, Universal. Yeah. This is the closest I would say that we are going to actually get to like a Disney and Universal style park, because it's based around, Warner Brothers IP. They have a whole DC area in the front. They now have a Wizard of Oz themed land, which apparently people still don't know why they did. Even I don't know why. Out of all things, really, why Wizard of Oz? I get it, it's classic, but still, they could have done Harry Potter and it would have brought in an even bigger crowd. But anyway, they have Looney Tunes. They have a water ride at the back. I do remember doing that. They have a cool stunt show. Yeah, it's a good park. It's a really good park. And if you've got like kids and, your big family, you will enjoy it. Yeah, this is my favorite theme park here in Australia. I love Warner Brothers Movie World. It means so much to me. It's a very special park. At some point, I do want to go back there, but for now, I'm okay with it, with where it is, which is me not really going back there. That kind of makes sense. All right, number 4 is Disneyland. Yes, I prefer Disneyland over California Adventure because of Indiana Jones and Pirates. That alone, those 2 rides alone, is why I prefer it over California Adventure. Don't get me wrong, Radiator Springs Races and Soaring are awesome. They're great, especially Radiator Springs Races. But Indiana Jones and the Temple for and the Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Sorry, I was trying to remember what it was called. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And Pirates of the Caribbean. Those two rides are some of my favorites ever. In fact, I may prefer Indy over Pirates, and that might be like one of my top 5 favorite rides ever. That ride was awesome, and I think I did that twice that that we went. It was in the daytime and then late in the night, I believe. Oh no, I think that was Pirates actually, but that park is awesome. I really like that park. I think I did a lot more compared to Magic Kingdom because I was a little older at the time. So there's that. But Disneyland is awesome. It's my favorite Disney themed park so far. I would say Disney theme park overall. I mean, I've not been to like the one in Paris and Hong Kong and Tokyo Disney Sea, which that's like a bucket list park right there for sure. But as of right now, this is my favorite Disney park in the entire world. All right, now the top 3, and there's a reason why these are in the top 3 because these parks are just so special to me. I love the rides there, and I would definitely love to go back there at some point. All right, number 3 is Universal's Islands of Adventure. This park rules. This park has some of my favorite IP in the world. Marvel, Harry Potter, they even have King Kong there. They have Jurassic Park. Even though I don't have a crazy close attachment to King Kong and Jurassic Park, well, now I think it's called Jurassic World, it's still cool. And the Kong ride is one of my favorites ever. Like I said before, I'm a fan of motion simulators. But Spider-Man, I love that ride, and this park is home to what's still my favorite ride in the entire world, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. God, that ride is fantastic. It is exactly what it needs to be. And I know people may prefer Hagrid's as well, but my God, Forbidden Journey is it's a crazy experience I'll never forget. I mean, whatever Epic Universe has in store, if they can top Forbidden Journey, that's nuts. That's wild. Although I do want to give Hagrid's a shot because it doesn't look as crazy as something like Velocicourse or something. But this park is awesome. I've enjoyed like the Cat and Hat area now I think about it, yeah. I think the Lost Continent area is closed down. I don't know, but that Sinbad show was actually not too bad. This is a really good park. And yes, this is, I would say, my second favorite Universal park in the world. Yes, there's only one left that I've not mentioned, and I think you know what that is. And no, it's not number 2. It's actually number 1. Anyway, number 2, you probably are wondering what this is because if you live in Australia, I've already covered the major parks, yeah? If you live in the States, I've already covered all but one Universal Park. So yeah, that's definitely one. So what's number 2? Well, I'll tell you what number 2 is. Number 2 is Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi. Or should I say WB World Abu Dhabi. This park, let me just give you a rundown. This park means so much to me because of the IP it has. Just listen to this, right? Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, Batman, Justice League, or should I just say DC? They even have Flintstones, they even have Jetsons. This park was made for me. Why? Because even though I grew up with Disney and DreamWorks, I feel like Warner Bros. Just means more to me. Over the years of my life even, when I was a kid, it was Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. Then slowly, as I grew older, it was Harry Potter. Then when I grew even older, Dark Knight Trilogy and some of the other like more serious mature films. Yeah, this park just has so much nostalgia wrapped into it. And I did almost every single ride I could possibly do. I did not do Tom and Jerry. I did not do the Roadrunner roller coaster. I did not do the Riddler Revolution and the Scarecrow Scare Raid because they seemed too intense. But I did everything else. Oh, and I did not do the Teen Titans Training Academy. But this park is fantastic. And the best part is they're not done. They're adding a Harry Potter themed expansion there, which, oh my gosh, if they add that's it. That might be my favorite park ever. I mean, they still have not even announced when it's gonna come out yet. Because when we went there in late 2023, I asked one of the guys, and they said, "Oh, they're still working on it." I don't know, man. I really hope it happens sooner rather than later. Because if not, then what's the point, right? Because I think a lot of people want to go to the park just to see what they do with Harry Potter over there. But anyway, I love this park. This park also has my second favorite ride in the world, which I don't know, if I go back to the park and re-ride it again, it might be my favorite. Because while I love Forbidden Journey, My second favorite ride in the world is Batman Night Flight. This ride is made for me. If you love Forbidden Journey and if you love Batman, you're gonna love this ride. Like Batman and Harry Potter, like probably my favorite IP ever. Like DC and Harry Potter in general, I would say. Yeah, I love this park so much. It's such a like nostalgia trip for me. I don't care what anyone says. If it's just baiting me into nostalgia, I do not care. I also do not care if you think this is a very childish, kid-friendly park. There's Ferrari Road, like literally like opposite on like next door to it. If you want, you can go there. It's located in the same place in Abu Dhabi, but I love this park. I'm so glad I went here. It's amazing. It's unfortunate though I didn't go to the other parks I wanted to in the UAE when we were there, but I'm so glad I went there. If not, I would have been really upset. And finally, number one, you probably guessed it, Universal Studios Hollywood. I went on almost every single ride, attraction, and even show here. I watched all three shows, Waterworld, Special Effects Show, and Animal Actors. I did almost every ride. The only rides I did not do and attractions were Mummy because apparently that was closed and I'm not a guy that likes those types of rides, and Walking Now because I'm a chicken. So yeah. But I did everything. I did Simpsons, Minions, Transformers, the studio tour, which that actually forget Forbidden Journey. That not only is my favorite ride actually, that's probably my favorite experience I've ever done. But you know, in terms of genuine ride, it's Forbidden Journey. Even though they have ride elements in there, but still. So yeah, Simpsons, Minions, Transformers, studio tour, Forbidden Journey, Flight of the Hippogriff. I'm trying to remember. Is that it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something else I'm missing. I think Jurassic World was closed, but I think that's it. I'm gonna have to go look at the list again. Oh yeah, and the DreamWorks Theater. How could I forget? But I did everything I could possibly do, minus like 2 or 3 things. Yeah, so I did pretty much almost the entire park, and that's very rare for me. Usually, I would never do that. But because there's a lot of screen-based rides there and not so many traditional rides, I was okay with it. Yeah, I even did Fly the Hippogriff, which I didn't know if I would do, and I did. And after the ride, I was like, oh, how did I actually find this scary in the first place? But yeah, Universal Studios Hollywood is my favorite park in the world, and it's mainly because of the studio tour. I love that thing so much. I mean, as a movie lover, just even with the VIP pass that we got to go backstage and see stuff. It was incredible. I love that. I mean, the Fast and Furious part was alright, but the con part was awesome. And yeah, I love this park so much. And it takes the best of both worlds, you know? Like from Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida and even other parks as well. And I believe Super Nintendo World's coming there or it's already there. Yeah, I love this park. It's amazing. But guys, that's it. That is my ranking of all 20 theme parks, amusement parks, and water parks I've been to in the world. Before I go, I do want to mention 5 parks really quickly that I do want to go to in the future. If I could just choose 5, it would be these 5. So the first 3 would be parks that are open. So Tokyo Disney Sea, which is at the top of my bucket list, Motion Gate Dubai, and Genting Skywards. These are parks that I really want to go to. And then 2 that are not open, the Dragon Ball Z theme park coming in Qiddiya, which is that Saudi Arabia or Qatar? No, it's Saudi Arabia, yeah. And also Epic Universe. I do want to go there as well. But guys, that's it. That is my list of all the parks I've been to in the world. Yeah. I mean, if I took a while, I'm sorry, but sometimes I just like to say stuff, you know. But there you guys have it. That's all the 20 parks I've been to. I know a lot of people have been to more parks, but yeah, that's all I've been to so far. There's definitely a lot more I would want to go to. Tell me in the comments down below how do you feel about this ranking, this wish. Share your own ranking if you want to, unless there's like a gazillion parks you've been to. And also, what's your favorite ride and water ride you've been to? Because those are 2 very different things, I would say. Ride, you know, you can include ride from a theme park or amusement park, but water ride, you know, that's different, right? It could be a water slide, whatever, a walk flume. Yeah, tell me in the comments down below. And before I go, I do want to say, I don't think I mentioned this before in my Mickey 17 review, but I've started Wano, the last arc that's actually finished in One Piece. I've seen the first 40 episodes. Today, I'll say another 5, so I'll be pretty much up to the end of, 45 episodes. And I would have seen almost 25% of the arc, which is crazy to think about it. I mean, we're already in Act 2. Act 1 was 25 episodes. Apparently, Act 2 is longer. So, yeah. But, guys, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, yeah, and the Electric State's coming out, I think, today. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.